Here are the nominees for Naperville Sports Weekly's Female Athlete of the Year. Marisa Paintgo, Bennett Academy Softball. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. The softball diamond has been kind to Paintgo in her time at Bennett. The four-year starter and Northwestern recruit terrorized opposing pitchers from the leadoff spot this season. These numbers are just bananas: .509 batting average, .913 slugging, and a .1469 OPS. She's not just an offensive player either. Number 4 has been a stalwart in the 6 hole for Jerry Schilf since she was a freshman. The Wildcats are getting a good one. Courtney Morgan, Mattia Valley Track and Field. Morgan is the only freshman on this list, but there's no question she deserves to be here. She became the first Mattia Valley female state champion with her 45 feet, 3.5-inch shot put toss at the state track meet. And she's not a one-trick pony, taking second place in the discus as well. Morgan also plays hoops for the Mustangs. The future is bright for the black and gold. Tiffany Chen, Naperville Central Tennis. When Chen finished 4th at the state tourney as a freshman, she put Illinois on notice. For an encore, she won the whole thing. The second-seeded sophomore gave up just 9 games in her first 5 state matches, and on the final day of the tournament became Central's second tennis state champion, coming back from a 4-1 deficit in the second set for a 6-3, 7-6-5 victory.
She's done this a few times this year where she gets a little behind and then she cranks it up a gear, and I never think she's out of a match.
Oh, I was phased, but I didn't want her to see it because obviously she was really pumped up, so I didn't want to add to her energy anymore. And it was pretty alarming when I lost those 2, and especially when I lost another one in the tiebreaker, but I just needed to remind myself to just keep trying. Eventually it'll get there.
Chen did get there and has the medal to prove it. The bad news for the rest of the state, she's got 2 more years of high school. Abby Boswell, Naperville North Soccer. Playing without partner in crime Zoe Swift for the first time in her high school career while also recovering from major knee surgery, Boswell and the Huskies had a slow start to the season. But the Ball State recruit picked things up when it mattered most in the home stretch. The All-State junior scored 15 of her 18 goals in the season's final 13 games, leading the Huskies to 10 wins in that stretch, a DVC championship, and the program's 4th straight regional title. Jessica Ewan, Neuqua Valley Golf. Much like Chen, Ewan arrived as a freshman and followed a dynamite regular season with a surprising finish at her first state tournament, 2nd place. After day 1 this year in Decatur, the Neuqua sophomore sat 5 back of the lead, but a hot start and a little help on day 2 had her tied for the top spot after 3 holes. She had a 1-stroke lead at the turn and took control, a 369 and a state title as the ultimate result, but the super soft was in shock when she walked off 18.
I had no idea until I made almost that birdie putt, and then it finally sunk in. But it still hasn't sunk in yet.
I was excited to tell her because I suspected that she would not know that she had just won state, and her eyes got big, and she said, "Really?" And I had been texting her dad, keeping him updated, and I texted her dad after she tapped in. I said, "Your daughter is a state champ."
Julia Bond, Waubonsie Valley Bowling. Our last nominee is representing her school on this list for the 2nd consecutive year, and is very deserved. The list of accolades is long. Let's go over them. 2014 individual state champion, 2-time All-State, 4-time All-Conference, Team USA member, #1 recruit in the class of 2014. Oh yeah, she also led Waubonsie to back-to-back state titles. The future Nebraska Cornhusker was untouchable in Rockford during the state tournament, averaging nearly 235 pins over 12 games.
The best I can equate it to is being on autopilot. Honestly, nothing's really bothering me. It's easy to repeat shots. It's kind of hard to explain, so the best I can say is autopilot.
Six very deserving nominees, but only one can take home the prize. And the winner is Julia Bond, Waubonsie Valley Bowling. We sat down with Julia in March to recap the season and look ahead to her sure-to-be bright future.